Lauren here, and I've got world-renowned networker Mike Akins here with us.
Hello.
And today we are going to discuss how a person can maximize duplication and retention within their organization. And because Mike Akins has over 50 years of successful experience in the network marketing industry, I invited him on here because I want you to share what your points are that you feel like are important for individuals to achieve these two things.
Absolutely. This is very, very important for you to have a stable income for the rest of your life. You have to reduce attrition and increase retention and duplication. Okay, so if you master this, your ability to earn huge incomes are unlimited.
Yep.
And will be stable.
Yep.
Now I went ahead and made a few notes because I am 73, so I made a few notes. Now, the first step is that you need to be a good example. You need to set the stage for good duplication by you doing what's best.
Yeah.
Okay? So many people say things, but they don't live it. You need to be a product of the product and part of the opportunity. Okay,
Yeah.
yourself. Number two, develop relationships. You've heard, I'm sure, that network marketing is a relationship business.
Yeah.
But how do you develop relationships? When you look at the divorce rate and look at all the challenges in life, then I don't think that we're experts on relationships. So, but I've learned over decades how to develop good relationships. Now, A is keep track of a person's birthday and anniversaries for their whole family. Okay? How many times have you received a birthday text or a birthday email or card from your dentist? It's impressive. You need, when you first enroll a person, you need to find out the birthday and you need to find out the anniversaries and this kind of thing. Now, by asking them, that's going to drill that into their mind how important it is. Okay? So
now, Mike, real fast, I do want to point out, now in the Roadmap to Your Success training courses and training series that the Diamonds Are for Life group has come up with, these principles that you're sharing, actually these points, are in Be an Empowering Leader. There's a section on Be an Empowering Leader, and this is an online course, an offline course. And so you guys can learn more tips, and there's those things that you mentioned, but there are other things in there that actually help you to successfully work with people within your organization in relationships.
Absolutely.
So that's
and
a good
I like
thing.
that booklet. That is really a first-class booklet.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Another thing is that you listen well. Don't just talk, but you listen to your prospect or your distributor. You'll learn more about them, okay? And keep in touch at least every couple weeks. For an active person, it's every week. But my approach has been, because when I first started, 50 years ago, 40 years, 30 years.
You were 19 years old in
Amway. And I would dread calling someone after I called them a few times. I would dread, because I think I'd be bothering them, I say. And then actually, when I first got in, when my sponsor would call me, they asked me, well, did you make the meeting? And how many prospects did you call this week? I did not want to even answer the phone when they called. I started to say the idea, but we didn't have idea in those times, okay, in that period. But I like asking a person when you first get them in, is it okay for me to keep in touch with you? Because that way you have the welcome, and they won't feel bothered. You say, now there's no pressure, absolutely. You move at the pace that you find best for you and your family, in your church and your hobbies or whatever. You see, that tells them, why you're not going to pressure them, that you recognize they have a family. This is not the only thing they do. So you get permission to, hey, I'd like to be here for you, so I'm going to keep in touch with you if that's okay. At that point, they won't be bothered, and you won't feel like not calling them after a while.
And keep in mind, calling is one way to keep in touch with people, but you also have text messaging, you have email messaging, you have social media. You could start your own Facebook group. You can join a Facebook group, which Diamonds Are for Life does have a Facebook group. And we make sure that we interact with our individuals and our leaders on an almost daily basis. We're posting new content. And that's one of the ways that I stay in touch with my organization. So keep in mind, there are many ways to do this. You can send out a letter, you can send them a birthday card, but definitely keep in touch with them, because I do want to point out for sure that I am a genuine believer that one of the most important things about retaining a business and having really good duplication is proper communication within the organization. From one sponsor to their direct downline. That direct downline member to that direct downline. It needs to be consistent throughout your organization. That's very, very important. Every person needs to do their part. That's very important.
There's a lot more ways to keep in touch with people nowadays than decades ago. Okay, you need to believe in your enrollers, okay, enrollees. You need to compliment them and believe in them. Don't let your success, when someone doesn't show up in a meeting, or you don't hear from them, they don't order a certain month, you want to make sure that you continue believing in them, because you communicate that in the way you interact with them. And the reason why you can believe is because it's a journey. It's a journey, and sometimes things happen. They have a death in the family, or a loved one gets maybe in a wreck, or various things happen. And so you don't want to stop believing in someone just because they're idle for a while. You need to believe in them and compliment them. Yeah. If even though they don't show up, to a meeting 3 times, or a webinar or whatever, and maybe they don't order for 3 months, but when they do order, compliment them. I appreciate you ordering. And you say, I appreciate you. That's important. That's good. That's very good. Okay, you need to plug them into training, marketing systems, and marketing tools. Very, very important. Because, don't just think about what you cater to. Right. You need to introduce them to the whole gamut of training and marketing tools and marketing systems. Right. And you can't beat what Lauren has set up. She worked with my distributors. I have hundreds and thousands of distributors. She worked for 10 years. She knows what they need, okay? And so, she has set up a tremendous university and online training, marketing systems, and marketing tools. Yep. Get them in touch with that. Yep. And you need to help them right off the bat to set up their duplicated websites. Now, keep in mind, you guys as Diamonds Are for Life members have access to the welcome system for Diamonds Are for Life. And the welcome system will actually integrate them in any welcome webinars. It'll help them get plugged into the roadmap to your success courses, offline or online. It'll help them
prompt them to set up any duplicatable websites that are duplicating through Professional Networkers or Diamonds Are for Life. I mean, it is going to get them connected to literally everything they need, including newsletters from Mike, newsletters from Diamonds Are for Life. It'll teach them how to do all these things step by step. So those kind of things, getting integrated, you can do that by sending them to one simple system. And that's by sending them to the MyDiamondsAreForLifePortal.com, MyDiamondsAreForLifePortal.com, and they're going to just create their portal, and it's going to walk them through that welcome system. And they're going to have a wealth of information right there in one place, you guys, that they can get any marketing tools, any marketing systems. I mean, it goes on, the list goes on. So make sure you do that. Plug them into these systems.
Oh, absolutely. I'm amazed at all the tools and all the training that's on this portal. It's I've never seen anything like it. I've never even had anything like it. And I've been doing this successfully for over 50 years, but you know, she is in touch with the latest, you know, all the connections to social media and this and that and the other. And she helped me for 10 years talking to many of my distributors. I have hundreds and thousands of distributors, and she spent 10 years connecting with them, and she's taken everything that I've trained her on all the little pieces of wisdom, and she's put it all into this portal, this website, and it's pretty amazing to me. Actually, after, you know, when I hired her, it was 40 years. I've been successful for 40 years, and I was maybe just a little out of touch with what ground floor or grassroots distributors really needed, you see, because I've been successful for 40 years. But boy, she got in touch with it. I am so impressed, and actually my staff has been really supporting her. It all comes from her mind, but they've been supporting her so much in the last, getting all this ready, that we are going to duplicate some of this in the Professional Networkers. I'm glad that she laid it all out. I don't think I would have thought of all of that, you know. But it's pretty amazing. And if you plug a person in, and you be a good enroller and example, and you can tell them a little bit, you know, put that carrot out there, so they'll want to go to that portal and all that training. If you be a good example, and don't be frustrated if someone doesn't do that right off the bat, but you can entice them with information from all of this.
Yeah, very good.
So I encourage you to plug in to this awesome support systems.
And thank you guys so much for watching this training video. We're so excited for your future. Thank you, Mike, for being here.
My pleasure.
And you guys be blessed. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.